Guys, it's Lisa Marie with Stamp with Lisa Marie, and we're doing cards in the car. I can't see anything right now as far as my comments or anything. I'll be able to flip you guys up when I'm done. I have a rental car because I don't know, back in March I was at Starbucks in the drive-thru and some sweet girl backed into me. So my car's getting fixed, and so I have this rental. I forgot my handy dandy camera stand that I have in there that sticks to the window. So when I'm all done here, I'm going to show you guys what I have rigged in this car to make it work, and I'm hoping you can see everything okay. So anyway, so I have this card that I want to do, and I want to use this stamp set called Enjoy Life. Hopefully you can see that. I can barely see the phone, like, to see what you guys are saying. But anyway, so I started this card and I didn't like the way that the word stamped, and then I was like, well, duh, I need to use the Stamparatus. This is how it's going to go together eventually, but I want to make a new one because this is all wonky because, well, I didn't use the Stamparatus. And then I was like, well, I can't use my Stamparatus because I'm using it for class and I already have it all set up. I have two, and I have them both all set up for what we're doing in class this month, and I don't want to peel them off and do it again because I'm lazy. So I went ahead and I swiped Chuck his Stamparatus. So don't tell him. Hopefully he's not watching this morning and I won't like be in all kinds of trouble, right? So let me grab my cardstock, and we're going to use, this is the new Purple Posy cardstock that is coming out in the new catalog. So exciting. I love this color. So we're going to take Purple Posy, and I believe that this was, if I remember correctly, I think it's like 3 3/4 by 5. So we're going to take some Pacific Point ink and a little sponge dauber, and we're going to sponge on it. And so I'm hoping you can see. Gosh, I'm going to be so sad if I like totally mess this up and you guys can't see anything. I am daubing it off a little bit just because I don't want to have like all those really harsh circles. And I'm just swiping it. You could swirl it if you want. I like it kind of darker around the edges, so I'm good with what I've got going on here. And I kind of hover over it, and I don't, and I just barely touch it at first. And now I'm just kind of making those edges just a little bit darker, just because that's the way I like it. You can totally sponge however you want. Oops, sorry, my bracelet's hitting that Simply Scored board. Oops. All right, let's do this. My sponge looks like he's coming apart a little bit. I must need a new one. So anyway, so I'm just gonna bring this color in here. Like I said, that's, ooh, I got a little too much. Let's swipe that out. So if you get a little too much, you just rub on it a little bit, you know, back and forth. That little guy, I cannot fix him, so we're just gonna go with it because my words are gonna be up there anyway. And I just wanted that little bit of variation in color. So we're gonna go ahead and close this up so that I don't stick my hand or anything in it. And I have a little baggie for my daubers because, lesson learned, if you keep your daubers rolling around in your little bucket of supplies, then your cards are gonna get all gross. So we're gonna take Stamparatus. This is like the best tool ever. Stamp positioning tool. I've already know where I've already set up the grass because that was the one that I was worried about getting right. It's not that it's hard, but you know, when everybody's watching, it's a little stressful. So I know that I'm gonna go all the way up to the top, and I'm lining my edge up to the 4. And the reason is because this is kind of a chunkier, I don't know if you can see that. Let me pull that off. This guy right here, the grass, if you get, because it's got, so you have this edge of the rubber, you know, the photopolymer right here, and then the stamp starts here. So if you go right up against the edge, you're going to have a gap on your cardstock that didn't get stamped. So I went ahead and just moved it over that little bit. What is that, like, I don't know, 1/4 of an inch or so? I don't know. I can't measure. So I don't know. So we're going to stick that on there. I just know I pulled it away from the wall, basically, so that it wasn't in the way. I'm going to use my Memento, which, as you can tell, I've been practicing this morning, and I have it all over my hands. And so we're going to ink this up. Oops. Oh, thank goodness that didn't go flying on my lap. Let's do that again. Ink him up. And I see a spot that I missed. So we're going to get in there again, and we're going to press. I'm going to press firmly. And so, like I said, everything is in my car this morning, my car. And so I don't have all my goodies. So I'm using baby wipes. I don't usually recommend baby wipes for photopolymer because it does make them fuzzy if you're not careful. So just be aware of that. And see, he's kind of splotchy. So I'm going to go ahead and ink him up just a little bit. This stamp is a little bit on the splotchy side on purpose. And I think it's just for texture. So get that. Oh, that's better. Okay. So now we're going to ink it up again. And move him over just a little bit. That magnet is holding my cardstock in place. So I'm going to lift my Stamparatus up, and I'm going to come down 2 hinges. Before I do that, I'm going to move him way over here so he's out of the way. And then we're going to come down and press. And see, he's a little bit splotchy, and that's okay because the Stamparatus allows us to go back over the same spot because it's lined up perfectly. And check that out. That's awesome. Okay, so I'm going to clean that off so that, again, I don't, you know me, I'll lay my arm in it or put my finished card when I hold it up, I'll lay it right in there. So now we're going to take this guy, and we're going to, I'm hoping you can see that. We're going to lift it straight up. So my biggest tip with these hinges is make sure they're pointing straight up at the ceiling, and then they lift out perfectly. But if it's tilted ever so slightly, it's locked, and if you pull it, you're going to break it. We don't want to break it. So I always tell everybody, point it to the ceiling, lift it straight up, and flip it around. So now I will show you how I set this up. So here's my little silhouette of the person that we're going to stick in here, and I'm going to stick them right here. Mostly because I see a little splotch there that I want to cover up. There is a no charge for that dog hair I just found. We're going to get rid of that. So we're going to stick her, I'm calling it a her, I think it's a her. Could be a boy, but we're going to call it a her. We're going to stick that right there. And again, same process. We're just inking it up. And then we're just going to press. And it is a firm press, especially since I'm working on my lap. I'm having to probably push a little bit more because I don't have that perfect stability, you know, right in the center because of, you know, I'm sitting in the car. Those of you that might be popping on and wondering why is Lisa Marie stamping in the car, our daughter, Alyssa, has therapy for 2 hours on, well, a little over 2 hours, on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. Normally I do cards in the car on Tuesday, but we had an IEP, the dreaded IEP. Anybody that has IEPs, you probably totally understand what I'm talking about. So there's that. So we had the IEP yesterday, not fun, and I just couldn't do cards in the car. It was just that it was an overlap. I could have snuck it in there, but I was all stressed out, and I was like, no, we're just not going to do it today. Just not going to do it. So since we have therapy again today, I decided let's do it today. So in Enjoy Life, we have these words. It's so pretty. It says, when you arise in the morning, think of what a precious privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love. I just think that's beautiful. Okay, so my other favorite one though is wake up, kick butt, repeat. That's also amazing. So but we're going to take these words and I'm going to just lay this where I want it. I want to put him, I think, right about there. And then you just take this, I have the other side because there's 2 plates on this, 2 sets of hinges. I'm going to fold it over. I call it close the door. Close the door on it. Now everybody is good to go. My paper's positioned. We're going to ink it up. And remember the one that I did earlier before I got on live, my words didn't stamp nice. And it was because I was in a hurry. And oh, they didn't stamp nice there either. We're going to do some more ink. Let's see if we can make this work. It should just go right back because everything is lined up exactly where it's supposed to be. Ah, that's gorgeous. All right, let's wipe that off too. Again, with my baby wipe instead of my Simply Chamois because I forgot it. I have a spare in my car, which I don't have my car, so. All right, and I kind of feel like maybe a butterfly would be kind of cute. But let me stick, let me think, maybe not. Let me pull this off. I'm going to close this up so that I don't make a big ugly mess. Another part that's really great about the Stamparatus is that, so we got all this great color compared to, see, oh, this actually my baby wipe touched it, so don't mind how that looks all blotchy. But see the difference in my words? They didn't stamp nicely, but I was able to go right back over them because of that. So I'm going to go ahead, and so this was on Purple Posy, and I know I'm going to layer it on Purple Posy too, but because of all that blue, and that blue gives that nice, the purple peeks through that blue really nice, and gives you some pretty color. And I am using my fast fuse because I still have it, and I'm going to use it till I can't because I love it. So we're going to stick this on here. Oops. And if I remember correctly, this one, so my first piece that I stamped on was 3 3/4 by 5, and then I just went a little bit bigger, so I have so 3 3/4, so 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. So they went up 1/8 of an inch. Cute, right? And then we're going to stick it on here, and I think I'm going to dimensional because I love me a dimensional. Let me see. I'm going to grab these guys. Oh, it's a brand new pack. I love that. So we're going to stick some dimensionals on the back, and for sure 1 in every corner. And then because I don't like for my middle to sag, who wants a saggy middle? I'm going to stick one right there too, in the middle so that it holds it up. I'm going to pull this guy off. Oops. I almost pulled the whole dimensional off. So it is like gorgeous here in Florida today. It's only like, I don't know, the car says 66. I think it's right. It's not my car, so I don't know if I can trust it. But it is just gorgeous. It's like the sun is shining and there's just an ever so small breeze, and it's just gorgeous. We don't often get this wonderful of weather where it's this nice, where it's like not so scalding hot that you're dying and you don't want to go out. This is lovely. Lovely, lovely morning. Let's do some little rhinestones, I think. They look like stars. I totally did see this on Pinterest, by the way. I just used different colors, but I liked the idea. I just think that it's beautiful. So we have that all done, and we dimensionaled it on there, and then when you open it up, I have taken a piece of Whisper White that has a little splotch on it, and that's okay. And I layered it on another piece of Purple Posy and put it on the inside. You don't have to. This Pacific Point, you could actually get away with writing on it if you have, a black pen. But it's kind of nice to have, that little white piece in there. I'm thinking that butterfly's going to go right there because it's going to cover up my little splotch. What else can we put on the inside? No, I don't want to put anything in the inside. But I am going to grab my Stamparatus because I didn't bring any blocks. So I'm going to flip this guy over. And I'm going to stick that right there because it's going to cover up that little blotch that I've got going on. Let me make sure I did that right. Yep, that looks good. Stuck my magnet on there because my magnet holds it. Your Stamparatus comes with 2 magnets and they store on the bottom. I'll show you that in just a second. And, oh, he came out messy. Ooh, what did I do? I think, you know what, he caught the edge of my fast fuse. That's okay, I can fix that. I can fix that. We're gonna pull him out. I'm gonna fix it right now. And let's just add that butterfly. Just put it right there. I think he caught the edge of my fast fuse and it made it like all kinds of crazy. I don't know, it wasn't right. That's much better. And we could even, let's do another one. Let's do another one right there. So I took it and I moved it down that hinge. So, ta-da! And I'm gonna bring it in just a little bit and down. I'm going to stick another one in there, but I think I'm going to go this way. Okay, I'm just moving them around and see how I can see through the plate and I can get it right where I want it. So I'm going to ink him up again. Probably would have been pretty in blue too, but that's okay. Ta-da! So now there's 3 butterflies floating around on there, and all I'm going to do is I'm just going to layer that right over that because that nobody will ever know that I made that mistake. Like just us. We're the only ones that will know. If you guys are on with me, go ahead and, say hello. I'm going to turn it around so I can see you. Oh, look I swiped my finger. We're not fixing that because I can write over it. There you go. I swiped my finger. Don't look there. Anyway, super cute, right? I don't know if you can see it that way or can you see it that way? I don't know if the camera's going the right way. That's the kind of morning I'm having. This whole working not in my own space is like, I didn't realize how comfortable I'd gotten in my car. Doing my cards in the car. So I have this really cool stand that sits on my, it suction cups to my windshield, and it's great because it telescopes out a little bit, and I can twist it around. I can do all kinds of stuff with it. So it's great for when I'm doing this. It's meant for holding your phone when you're driving, so that you can see the map or whatever. And it's worked out perfect for this. And like I said, I got all the way home, and last night I was like, oh, I left it in the car. But that's okay because I have this other thing. So Alyssa, Alyssa's 17. She has a brain injury. She's very high functioning, but safety and things like that, she just doesn't catch on to. She loves to watch YouTube videos only of the music of the shows that she likes to watch. So it's like the music video to the soundtrack to her TV shows like The Flash or The Resident or Grey's Anatomy. But she will sit with that phone and she won't move like out of position, and then she ends up like with a sore shoulder and neck because she's all twisted. So Becca, for her birthday, bought her this thing that it's a phone holder that goes around your neck. And it sits on your neck, and then you can position it where you want, and it's hands-free then. But it also will sit like on a table or a shelf. I have it hanging from Oh, it looks like it's gonna fall. I have it hanging from the visor in the car. But anyway, so that's our cool card. I'm gonna move it out of the way for a second. So let me tell you a couple things about the Stamparatus that are really, really important. You never wanna close both doors together because you'll break it. It's not designed for that. You do need to go like this. And then I just like put this guy down in here and then this guy like that. And then here are my magnets. Chuck's magnets have some duct tape, caution duct tape wrapped around them because it gives you a little handle because they are that strong. They're hard to pick up. You don't ever want these two to come together because they will break, and it creates some sharp pieces because it's a really strong magnet. The other thing about the Stamparatus is that, so we have the grid paper that's cut for it now. This is the mat for photopolymer stamps, and then I even like to stick my silicone mat in there to give it a little extra for some of the stamps. And then the grid paper. And then we also have the Stamparatus tag. Again, no charge for that cat hair there. So the Stamparatus will fit right in here. Oh look, he had his own silicone mat. I brought mine. Okay, he's gonna know I was here. I'm gonna have to change out that sheet. So this just slides right in here. I store 2 full Stamparatus, or is it Stamparatuses? Stamparati? I think of Stamparatuses. I have 2 in my bag. That's how much space there is in there. So then it just zips up, and you can carry this around. It has a shoulder strap too. He doesn't have his on here because, you know, that was a little girly for him. Cute little pocket. Look at, who else loves to peel these guys off? I love taking the plastic off of brand new things. Look at that. Oh, that's like the happiest thing ever. I can't believe he left that on there. I had to take it off for him. So anyway, so that's the Stamparatus. That's our really pretty card that I hijacked from Pinterest this morning. All right. Hold on a second. I'm going to try pulling this off and see. Hopefully you haven't been staring at the ceiling the whole time. All right. So, okay. I'm going to flip the camera. Say hello. Hey. Oh, I'm in front of the camera again. Oops. Good morning. I'm probably all backwards and wonky and all kinds of things. So anyway, so here is, look at up there. There's my visor right here. And look at this little gadget. I'm going to show you how it works. It's kind of cool. So I'm going to pull this down. You guys probably think I'm crazy this morning, but it was really a clever thing. So it goes over your head, and then watch. I'm gonna set you down for a second. Hang on. Whoa. Okay, so I can stick it on. Okay, let me show you it. It's got this holder right here, and so it holds my phone. It gets in there. Oops, get out of there. And then, now I know you're looking at the ceiling. That's because it bends. How cool is this? Look at, I can talk to you hands-free, but you have to look up my nose to do that because I don't have it twisted enough. So anyway, so that is, let me take that off my head. That is what I've been doing in the car this morning. So now I can hold it away from me like this and I can see you guys, but it's really kind of cool. So anyway, hey Renee and hey Linda, thanks you guys for popping in with me this morning. I hope you enjoyed the card. Hopefully you got to see it and it wasn't like all backwards or anything like that. But anyway, there it is. And it's probably, who knows, just winging it today in my little rental car. I've got a little Ford Escape for the day, or for a couple days until mine is done. But anyway, don't forget about Everything is Rosy is still available. I'm going to try to post some more samples today because I have some really cute stuff that my friend Valerie and I worked on together. And I don't know, where's the camera on this one? I think he's over here. My phone is turned like the wrong way and all kinds of craziness, and so I don't know where anything is. But anyway, I'm gonna go because Alyssa should be almost done, and I'm gonna go check on her. And I hope you guys enjoyed that card, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.